So we had Warehouse War 4 going on in Tennessee. We had a lot of top level names. We had Leo go. We had Zomba go. I think there was some other high profile names going as well. I see a little bit of Zurusu rep. I'm looking at the bracket right now. I feel like that's a pretty bad name for a tournament. Warehouse War. I feel like you can do a little better, but it's memorable because of how weird it is. So you can't really be too upset. Let's look at the bracket. Leo winning it all. Love to see Leo over Zomba. Genesis champs clashing. Nature healing because Leo's winning with Joker. So we're gonna watch this grand finals, this 3-1 here. Leo never lost after Zomba called him MkLeo. That's actually not true. He beat him one more time after that, and the last 2 times Leo has beaten him. Did you miss anything crazy? Yeah, I died and came back to life.
This happen again. Leo
on the blood red Joker too.
Yeah.
I don't know if I like this little rivalry that Zomba and Leo have going. Zomba like went through like a string of tournaments doing like really well around the time of like last Genesis, so like last like February. Around there, he was like beating Tweak really consistently. He was beating Leo really consistently. Just he was beating Sonics occasionally. Like very surprising results. Like we know Zomba's really good, and he has his highs and he has his lows. Currently, he's kind of like on a low, which is crazy because he just got second. Not that low. Admittedly, he's still an incredibly good player. As for the rivalry itself, Zomba's just kind of a memer. So it's not like he really means any of the trash talk he gives, you know, saying MkLeo and all that stuff. Do I think he's top 20? I think Zomba could potentially be top 10. I mean, definitely top 15. Leo, I mean, who doesn't like watching Leo? It's just good Smash Brothers, especially when you're watching as Joker. Incredibly precise, fun to watch. But I remember that one tweet where Leo was like, let's be honest, bro. If I'm playing well, you'll never beat me. He lost the next time they played. He's won the last 2 they've played, so now they're doing this.
Led's gonna put the backer. Great. Taxation dragged out.
Up tilt instead of a re-grab. Interesting.
Up there, the tether will not connect, but that's an 80% off of what?
How did we get to 80?
Blood red Joker too.
Yeah. See where he's at. We got Vanilla Joker right back online. Cyber's gonna connect. One hit a gun. Led's gonna put the backer. Great. Taxation dragged out. Up here with the.
That is crazy how much damage you can get with just a few reads with Joker. Obviously, those are well executed combos, and Rob still isn't really that close to death percent, assuming you don't sell.
Guys, wait, production, this is not supposed to be the VOD. Guys, no, we haven't.
I like that disengage from Zomba. That's good.
No.
There's that 3rd level mind games type going on over here.
We saw what he could do with the Shiny Mark set. We saw signs of life.
I'm surprised he didn't die.
I want to see that again. Our sense online here. 146%. Great tech.
I wish Zomba fished for a reversal after this tech. That's why you really shouldn't be doing that at top level play. You really shouldn't be just like running off and like going for stage spikes. Just because like, what if Zomba just jump tech and then he just buffered a side B here? Like you would have died at 62. Side B, fair, anything to just hit you, you would have lost that stock and just completely lost your lead.
Connect, great stuff from Leo, just continuous pushing the envelope. But he
Damn,
pushes it
again,
a
I'm
little bit
surprised he
too far that
survived.
time. Goes low, gets past, gets a bear.
What was that? He shouldn't have died there. What happened?
That time. Goes low, gets past, gets a bear.
I genuinely don't know what happened. He shouldn't have died there though. I couldn't really see.
Arsene gone though. We talked in the first set about how Leo. Now he's gone. We talked in the first set.
Leo's going for a lot of air-to-airs against Rob. Don't know how I feel about that.
116 on him. Fair one into the back air.
I feel like this interaction is happening a lot, where Leo just like waits for something to hit his shield, doesn't really react to what it is, and just jumps. Which kind of is good, because if it's gyro, you generally get a punish, right? Which is kind of what he's fishing for. This is the second time this exact situation has happened, where he's like shielded gyro and tried to get a forward air one of some sorts. If instead Rob uses a different burst option in fair, jumping is the correct option. He could have reacted and done a drag down up air instead, or a back air if there was cross up forward air, etc. Not what happened. Any other burst option that you probably have to worry about is like down tilt, which if you tried to jump out of shield in between down tilts, you're probably getting folded. But he doesn't have to worry about it because he hasn't. That's not what's happening. Coming from a player that has historically dismantled Rob in the beginning of this game and throughout Smash 4, what do you see Leo doing that impresses you outside of just being a good player in the Rob matchup / Zomba matchup? a real question for you, big guy. I probably have to watch a little bit more to really tell, but Zomba as a player fishes for like a lot of he fishes for a lot of air to air and like really flexes the scrappy frame data of Rob. He tends to just try to like stuff you out with like forward airs or like really awkwardly placed like landing up airs, and like he's one of the like only Robs that really utilizes like down tilt F tilt at kill percents and stuff like that. So as long as you know that, generally you'll be fine. You won't really die too early. He's very clearly like studied Zomba's specific habits. A lot of players have like these almost autopilot options that they like to do when they're like super behind, like 3 stocks to 1 kind of stuff. And Zomba absolutely has that. And a lot of people are actually guilty of that too. I know Light is like that. I know Spargo is like that, where if they are super down, they will just go for Hail Marys and they're like, well, this either gets me back in the game or I've lost this one and I've mentally resigned. So honestly, knowing those is really important to close out games. And a lot of people like subconsciously have those habits and just straight up don't know it.
Gonna try and get this up air or maybe even the tether pop, but no, Zomba.
But to also expand on what I just said, like it's also extremely impressive for Leo to be able to do this stuff too, because like normally with Joker you're whiff punishing a lot. You're waiting for your opponent. It's like a call and response. Your opponent presses a button, you whiff punish with forward air 1, shield grab, footstool out of shield, down gun. But like Leo's just like finding forward air in neutral, which is like, it's a really good move, but it's not amazing to just throw out in neutral.
Into laser to follow. Leo at 64% on the next stop.
But you see what I'm saying? This is one of those habits that I would catch on to, right? This is what I would call like a subconscious habit that somebody has, and that will probably last throughout the entirety of a set if you're playing against like new top level player. Is as soon as Leo's shield gets touched, he's out of there with the jump. Doesn't matter what you do. And Zomba was ready for it. He touched the shield and he just immediately shielded himself.
Oh my goodness, almost got a second snipe. We are saying invulnerable up B is going to help out loads here. As Leo's going to chill at ledge.
Zomba should be a little bit more careful with these just like close range gyro tosses. So if you're Zomba, you're kind of like taking a mental note that a lot of this game is revolving around out of shield for Leo, which means he's waiting for you to press a button a lot of the times. So what I would do as Zomba is I would just walk a little bit more. If he's doing like full hop stuff, you could just react and swat him out of the air. If he's staying grounded, you can throw up the shield. Like that kind of grab that he just went for is like pretty reasonable because of what I just said. You can down throw, run up tilt, that's not real.
A little bit. Get back into the rhythm, get back into the groove.
Nair's really good here too. I never really thought of this, but like forward air 1 Nair is probably better than like, well, no, I think up air drag down regrab would probably be the most damage. Is he high enough to do it?
Just in case he needs it.
A little bit.
I guess if he did an up air drag down, it would have went off stage and there'd be no follow-ups. But by doing this Nair, you set up for full hop gun. And that's just a good move.
86% to start off. Interactions here, fair one on shield, commits to the full jab string, gets back for your troubles.
A little bit of a bold read attempt, nice reaction on the forward air, swatting him out of the air, like I said. That's insane that hit him. What? Oh, he tries to up tilt. A little greedy from Zomba.
Oh my, neither will the laser, and we got down air, up smash and stuff.
And that's something that both Joker and Aegis can do.
He's really just trying to kill him.
I think Leo intentionally didn't tech the
very
first
greedy
one,
from
so that he
Leo.
could go out there and try and fair Zomba. Now he
Great
didn't
recovery
connect
too.
there.
Early up B. Pops him up a little bit.
Because Leo doesn't miss techs, man.
I like that trade.
That's not what our goat does. Ooh, fair one.
No time to forward air 1.
Down throw, up air. Oh! Rebels guard, get me off! Oh, can't spot.
Trying to use that laser, trying to use this gyro and these nairs to make up that deficit, but Leo says no, no, no.
That was a pretty weird grab to go for. The landing was really ambiguous if he was going to get crossed up or not.
Challenge it. Got a back throw. Leo's fine.
Good catch.
All right, let me throw the gyro your way.
Alright, now that's just greedy from Zombie. He's actually trying to kill him at 12 with this. He showed his hand way too early and then just did the same thing over again.
30% difference here, but kill rates for sure.
Just too greedy. I don't know why. Like, last time Leo was jumping around him, he would just swat him out of the air with like a forward air. But now he's trying to get under him and what, up tilt? That's, you died for that last stock. It's not necessarily a bad option, but like, you gotta respect Arsene, man. Come on. Joker mains complain about that move, by the way. Down air? Or up smash? Or what? Arsene dare? Oh, uh-oh. We're not calling Arsene down air.
He had to add the extra dare in just for flavoring, since we're gonna stick to the food metaphors.
Of course.
I like this choice to stay grounded from Zomba.
Here we go, drag them up there again. Of course. Spice it up.
Oh yeah.
I feel like, I don't know, like I see an interaction like this and I think Leo's kind of stupid for going for it. Because like, if I know Rob is going to nair, I wouldn't run off of the platform and do a drag down up air. I would just like drop down side B or something here, or like right now I would side B to cover this like area he's going to fall into. But he gets an up air drag down instead. Like obviously it worked, he's not dumb. He knows the character way better than I do.
And counting right now, the gun and the down air. Leo loves staying off stage. You want to burn some fuel. Not so great for the economy or the environment.
I would have footstooled there. I wouldn't have done the American air dodge.
One F smash.
Reed! Bro was actually edgeguarding Rob. Yeah, somehow. Rob really shouldn't be getting hit off stage.
Rebels gauge is building up.
Again, like another instance of like as soon as his shield gets hit, he is just like immediately out of there. Like it looked almost staged from Zomba because he just did like a really slow walk up down tilt. I thought he would just down tilt and then like full hop nair or full hop forward air to just like completely contest it. Cause like why would you shield here? Like what do you have to be scared of when you down tilt shield? Like are you trying to fish for a parry? You know what I mean? It's not like he can back air to shield facing forward. If you hit Joker's shield from the front, you should continue your pressure. Stall out the Arsene.
Low profile dash to get underneath the gyro and into Zomba's face there, where Zomba thought that the gyro would have been able to stuff out. And Zomba, speaking of stuffing out, camping out in the top blast zone.
There you go.
Big brother goes by.
That's what you gotta do.
And still
You should honestly be okay with getting hit by these up airs just because they won't kill you yet. So like keep landing with nair. Like that was bad. There's no reason to back air. I guess he didn't have a lot of gas, I don't know. He's just getting stuffed out a lot. Like Zomba's kind of like choosing the wrong options in scrambles and Leo's just beating him to the punch most of the time. That's what I'm seeing a lot of.
Gets the regrab, back and forth, down throw, up there will not connect, next one will. I will reset, so let's see how succinctly he closes this one out with Arsene. Fair one, up there almost connected here, got some more shield pressure, gets the... I
feel like Zomba's playing bad. He's just, I don't know, he's kind of just making bad decisions. He's not really respecting getting rushed down at all. He should camp more. I don't think that's necessarily the answer. I think he just needs to like...
48% is not nothing though.
Stop just doing random spot dodges and lasers. Like a lot of what Zomba's doing is just straight up whiffing. And he's also just not respecting jumping out of shield. He's somehow not ready for it, but it's been a problem since game one. That's a really good thing to do.
Who said that Rob has bad out of shield? Who said that Joker has bad?
These nairs are pretty good too.
Leo starts footstool gunning.
Like fade back nairs, just like taking as much time away from the Arsene as possible. Yep, take the grab. Don't deal with the Arsene. You're fine. Ooh, you up there that? I actually didn't know. I learned something today. How did he get caught? Rather, why did he get caught? Bad recognition overall.
Can he close it out?
Can he close it out indeed?
Kind of relying on nair a little too much too in disadvantage.
Left to play with that low side.
Yeah, dude, 12 damage meant that much to you? Go that far? Also, yeah, like why not just go to ledge here? Like
low side B is not helping.
Like by going out to the right, you open yourself up to getting down gunned. Well, I guess to be fair, most Joker players would just like drift in to try and cover like the low recovery, but down gun kind of exposes him. And then he continues to go high, which gives access to like just normal gun, side B, back air. Like I would just go low again. Jeez, man. How lost as a Rob player do you have to be doing this air dodge?
He's going high. Don't let him land. There's an air dodge. Okay, he's going to get a reset on the fuel at least, but look at how much percent he took in the process. 84% goes in deep for that back air.
Yeah, I think he was just kind of getting dismantled. I wouldn't say he made like any critical errors. I think Leo was just playing insanely well, calling out all the right options. He just got exposed. Oh, can we talk about Spargo losing to Aegis? That makes me so happy. You have no idea. I love Spargo losing to Aegis. 2 different Aegises on multiple occasions because Spargo and Leo are both just like, nah, guys, Aegis isn't that good. Not even a top 20 character or whatever the they say. And like, I know Aegis does really well against Cloud, but I love it. I think that character's broken. And then watching like people who think that they're not great lose to them, yes, I need that. I thought Spargo thinks Aegis is really good. He's just better with Cloud. No, he like that underappreciate Aegis. They think that she's like not that good. Like they think she's good, but they're like, oh no, too many weaknesses. Like people just like she's gonna get figured out. Not worth putting time into. Aegis is not an honest character. Oh my god, what's going on in the streets? I hate the streets. This is awful.